Morning Year 3, Mr Davis speaking. I'm just going to go through the information that you've been given on the River Aire, which is for our river study, which is how we're going to finish off our topic of rivers. You'll see from the information that you've got, the document that's in front of you, that you've got lots and lots of information here. And the idea is that you don't have to use all of that information, but you are going to have to read all of it. And underline or highlight areas of information that you think you might be able to use when you make up what we call a river study. That's taking lots and lots of bits of information and putting them together in your own way. There's a diagram of the river as it flows from its source in Malham right through to where it joins the River Ouse. The River Aire is a river that doesn't flow into the sea, it actually joins another river that joins another river that flows into the sea. So you can see you've got like maps showing the river flowing through various towns and cities. You've got some photos that I've taken, we've put on here, of the Aire Valley as it flows through Leeds, etc, etc. So lots of information for you to be able to use. Okay, so the first part I think is for you to carefully just read through line by line each of the sections of information that you've got. Use a pencil, underline bits of information that you might want to use. For example, on the screen now, the River Aire is 148 kilometres long. You might underline that because you might put that into your river study. Okay, so you're just looking for bits of information that you can use to put into your final piece of work. And what I'll show you now, I'm just going to pause the video here. I'm going to show you what I've done getting all that information together. Okay, I'll just pause the video here. So here I've got my waggle of a river study. It's actually, I'm just going to scroll through, and I'm sorry it's sideways on the screen. You've basically got 4 pages, but if you look, what I've put is a little post-it note in the corner saying that this is today's work, Tuesday. So, where am I going to get that information from? Well, right, here we are. We are going back to the waggle that I've done, and you hopefully can see that on your screen now. I do apologise if it is sideways, but you'll get the picture. So you'll notice in the corner of each page is a yellow post-it note, and it says on the first one Tuesday, then Thursday, then Friday, then Tuesday. I think of all the information that you've got is enough to produce this river study, but it is going to take us quite a while. It's not something I expect you to do and finish today. In fact, if you were to do that, I don't think you'll have done justice to the information that you've got. So you need to take your time. First thing to do is to read through all the information. Let's look at my waggle, and you can see how I've pieced it together. On the first page, I've talked about it being a major river in Yorkshire. Okay, I've given some facts about it, and I've put in the course, the map showing the course of the river. I've also said that it begins its journey in the Yorkshire Dales, and in this bottom left-hand corner I've put a glossary. A glossary is that page in a book that tells you what some of the words means. So because we're using geography words, we can explain what they mean on here. So that, I think, would be a good first day's bit of work, just talking about the river, where it starts, how long it is, where it flows. On day 2, so perhaps for Tuesday, there is a section of the information that you've got that talks about it being up to 20 years ago. It was a dirty river. Fish couldn't live in the river, but it's been cleaned up, and now people are able to fish in it. So I've drawn a diagram of someone fishing, I've got the mills polluting the river, and I've picked out that information regarding when the river was polluted. For Friday, I'm talking a little bit more about the source of the river, and I use my information from the work that we've done already, and I've put in here a section about how a waterfall is formed. So that would be in the upper course, or the first part of the river. And then I've just finished off with some information about the middle course and where it joins the River Ouse to go into the sea. So you can see there's a lot of information that you've got, doesn't need to be finished today, you've got about 3 or 4 days work here. Have